About this Observer Hall of Fame ballot real quick. I
Okay.
don't have a ton to add, so I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna fucking end up rambling and shit, right? But um, let's see, historic. I sent out the Junkyard Dog column again today. Junkyard Dog got
Okay.
to 54% last year, so the job may be finished this year. It was closer than ever. So it would have taken 3 years of making the case for it to work. Do y'all fucking job, y'all voters. Um, I is still not a voter, so if y'all would like to change that, email Dave Meltzer. Um, let's see. So I'm looking at the historical. They can have six maximum. It's Ole Anderson, Alpha and Sika, Bob Armstrong, Tully Blanchard, and Arn Anderson. British Bulldogs, June Byers, Wild Bull Curry, Junkyard Dog, Cowboy Bob Ellis, Pampero Furpo, Black Gorman and Great Goliath, Archie the Mongolian Stomper, The Hart Foundation, Sputnik Monroe, Dusty Rose and Dick Murdoch from the KKK, The Iron Sheik, Sweet Daddy Siki, Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, Mad Dog and Butcher Vachon, Kevin and Carey, and David Von Erich.
Okay, we gotta just for clarification, Dick KKK Dick Murdoch,
Yeah.
not Dusty Rhodes and Dick Murdoch of KKK.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta make a
yeah.
clear distinction. It's not yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
the Dusty Rhodes story about Dick Murdoch fucking hilarious. He's like
yeah.
took me to a claim meeting. I realized the claim. I was like, oh, what the fuck am I doing here? All right, go.
Wrestling in
Continue.
Japan candidates, three maximum. You got Satoshi Kojima, Hiroshi Tenzan, Yoshiaki Fujiwara, Hayabusa, Masaki Mochizuki, Inoki and Sakaguchi, Zack Sabre Jr., Mako Satomura, Io Shirai, Tiger Jeet Singh, Yoshihiro Takayama, and Manami Toyota and Toshio Yamada. Modern US. We'll go there. Mark and Jay
Yeah.
Briscoe. Edge, who somehow like keeps getting past the 1550 rule. Bill Dundee, FTR, Bill Goldberg, Samoa Joe, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Becky Lynch, Drew McIntyre, Mercedes Monet, John Moxley, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins back on the ballot, Sabu, Trish Stratus, Rick and Scott Steiner, and the rest of that stuff you can look up. I don't really know too much about the Mexico guys, non wrestlers, not
Same.
really too much here. So, I guess we'll just talk about the U.S. stuff. I'm looking at the U.S. one. If there were six that I could think about, um, I I would be a Cody Rhodes voter. Um,
Oh, I mean, Cody's the only person I'm for sure is gonna get in.
I mean,
Anybody else you're sure? Anybody else on this list you sure is gonna get in?
is sure is gonna get in.
Yeah,
I would have to look at CM Punk.
but more than
From
Cody.
no, like as far as like I can see them both getting it, but it just feels like this category is getting so
Yeah,
deep now. But it's deep with people that I don't think necessarily stand out from each other. It's like it's just a deeper pool of more people that I don't think would actually command votes, if that makes any sense.
there's only right now CM Punk and Cody Rhodes the only people that I think are like people that are going to get they have a realistic shot.
Yeah, McIntyre's gonna
Unless I'm
fall off this thing immediately. Um,
right, right. We're talking about with him really like when he got to the main roster 2018,
yeah,
and they fucked it up until 2020.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'm getting a comment. Is Cope a fake legend? This is a tough one.
You
Um,
already did this. He's a legend. He's a WWE legend. He's a WWE Hall of
yeah.
Famer. He
Now,
yes.
now
He
Beth
actually he
probably a
yes
fake legend. Yes.
yes
Um,
yes.
but yeah. I don't really have too many. Like, I would vote for John Moxley. I would vote for Cody Rhodes. I would vote for
But
Goldberg.
the
I'm sorry.
mock. So I am looking at it from the perspective of not who I would vote in. I'm looking from the perspective of who I think is going to get in. I
Okay.
think I think that Cody is going to have the most votes on the U.S. side, U.S. Modern. I think CM Punk will finish second in this. After that, I think it's a huge a huge tear drop off.
Honestly, yeah, it could be anything. And like, I'm very interested to see what the Mercedes Moné support looks like, because the Observer has not typically been the friendliest publication for Mercedes over these years, and
Yep.
it's just never clicked to them.
Here's my question: how's it going to do in relation to Becky Lynch's votes?
Right. And like, hell, at
Not
this
saying
point,
that
you
not
gotta
saying that they
add Trish. You gotta add Trish in there.
should do better than Trish.
So I don't know, man, because in so many ways, I think Mercedes has a different case than like Mercedes doesn't have the case of being the hottest single wrestler in the business at any point in her career. She doesn't have that.
Right. Her case is she has the best match no one has produced more high level matches that it was that came out of America, and that's a woman. That's
Right.
that's her claim to fame.
Right.
Like, she's the best woman's in ring performer that this country's ever produced.
Pop some numbers while she was, on SmackDown and different quarter hour, stuff in WWE, but a lot of that stuff was like buried and hidden. So I don't know if people are going to do the work to go find that stuff.
Right.
So you see where all these belts around the world now and her AEW stuff. We still don't have a great answer on how valuable a lot of the AEW stuff is, because I think Moxley's votes are going to be telling this year whether this past year helped or hurt him. I could see it going either way.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Because remember, we're talking about that run of depth. We're talking about, remember, like, he did not have a good year, 2024.
Yeah.
And then he was not good the first 4 months of this year. So we're talking about, like, he was ice cold for a Hall of Fame standard for like 16 months straight. And then he's turned it around, whatever else. He's back to cooking like he was on his his post WWE run. But like,
bro, because I remember there were times like maybe like in March of this year when I was thinking about the Hall of Fame stuff, and I was like, bro, this man might have like shipwrecked his fucking like his candidacy.
His whole entire case from the case he built from 2019 on.
It was like the people that were feeling like, oh, it's way too early to vote on Moxley like last year. It was like they'll feel like they're vindicated. Be like, see, we gave this guy one more fucking year, and then this shit fucking happened, and then
you know what that really sounds like?
What?
We never wanted to vote for this guy.
Yeah,
but we couldn't say that because he was a 2-time Wrestler of the Year in the Observer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's I think I have to look at percentages from I think the percentage does not, I doubt that it goes up much. I think it might go up 1% or 2. But I don't think, like, unless, they've cleared out so many people that people just feel like they gotta vote for people. Like, if the thing is, like, you have to vote for people on this as opposed to abstaining your vote, then, like, maybe he does go because the field of competition is now coming back towards him. But, like, you think he finishes third on this?
you should at minimum. Honestly,
I'd agree with that, but it's also is like I
think him
I have
or
a hard time
CM Punk is a really good argument, I think. And it's like, in so many ways, Moxley's a person that, like, a lot of people, I think, feel like Punk is. But, like, the actual real person is Moxley, because, like, I bet, like, Moxley's match catalog, like,
and then Moxley actually does leave and then actually has success outside of it. Yeah.
Like, and he's like he's almost got that realness to him that I think CM Punk is shipwrecked a lot of that realness
Yeah, he
uh,
lost credibility.
out of
Yeah,
out of out of
yeah,
some of
yeah.
the moves he's made and
Yeah.
blowing up, and it just I don't know. Like Punk does have a lot of allies on that panel. Absolutely, I would imagine. But I think there's a lot to be unpacked between a Punk versus Moxley case. Um,
I,
we
I
can
just,
agree Cody's by far the strongest candidate though on here, right?
I honestly think Cody's the only one that's going to get in.
Yeah.
Like Cody's the only person I look at that list and be like, oh yeah, they're for sure passing the 60 threshold because of what he's done, since 2022 or three, whatever the fuck. So yeah, like him. But after that, it's like next close people I think of are Moxley and Punk, and like I don't know if I don't think they're getting in, especially after what we just talked about with Moxley, and then like when it came to Punk, is like
Like,
he hasn't been on top, he hasn't been the champion to add to any of this shit. Like
and he's feuding with Seth Rollins still.
he had to get well, he had a great feud or whatever. Well, he's feuding again. It's not he's not still again. Actually, no, I take it back. You're right. It's actually again because it kept that whole continuously through the whole like with the whole Roman Reigns thing at WrestleMania this year, and then the cash in. So actually, yeah, they're just forever. That's just his forever rival in WWE now. It's not seen anymore. Yeah, it's. I have a hard time seeing him clearing 60. Same for Moxley. I think they're gonna finish first and second and third. And like I feel, the only person I feel like we're going to only have one person getting through Modern US, and that sounds absurd. Like so, because I don't know where people are spending this thing because like Japan's kind of barren like this too. So it's like where are people putting their votes? I think a lot of people are going to be sitting on their hands and be the Russian judge and not give people votes.
Yeah.
Or this field is so thoroughly, as you mentioned, flattened that like everybody's gonna steal votes from each other.
Yeah, like and no one gets in anyway. Like it's gonna be like a log jam.
Yeah, it works out that same way. Yeah,
yeah. Seth Rollins is back on the ballot for the third time. He's in danger of becoming the first wrestler to ever fall off the ballot 3 times. I was informed by American Numbers, and I guess the way it's trending, it might be like I don't know if it's early results that we're looking at. Like that could happen, but the Seth Rollins thing, like perhaps one of the fakest top guys I think that has ever lived, and like when you just look at him, it's just like I don't know. I'm working with other information on Seth Rollins too, just like of what is it like to be around that guy, and it's just like I wouldn't ever want to fucking hang with him. Like, and then I look at his career, it's like I can't give you points for drawing anything really. I feel like your great match catalog is severely overrated. It's like
I would say it's overrated compared to the top guys, his top peers, whatever else. But compared to historically, he's kicking a lot of these people that are in the Observer Hall of Fame's ass as far as that.
Yeah.
And his shit's actually on tape. You can find it and rewatch it if you want to.
Yeah. And then it was like what is your impact on the business, or like I think that's like the third thing, right? It's like your historical significance. It's like the Shield? No, I ain't got him. Maybe. I don't know.
The Shield and the 2 cash-ins.
Yeah, and he was just pushed in WWE forever. I mean, the only other comparison to him was Randy Orton. He started so young.
I guess you could be like, well, if Cody's gonna get in, Cody got in off the strength of him beating Seth Rollins in that series 3 times in a row, and all 4 of those matches were great. And Cody ain't no better pro wrestler or worker than Seth Rollins.
That's an interesting one. I can say since they've both been back in WWE, I would be more like interested to watch a Cody match than a Seth Rollins match. For sure.
Oh yeah, that's because because one guy is fresher to that than being the same person that's been there for a decade at this point, or actually more than a decade. He showed up 2013.
Because like
when did the Shield debut? In 2012, right?
12, yeah.
Yeah, 2025.
Because I'm like, all right, it's like, all right, if I was to think like if they had if I swapped their opponents out or whatever, if it was Um, if we were gonna run a Punk and Cody match or a Punk and Seth match, I think I'd want to see the Cody
Uh,
match, kind of.
you might want to see it, but like I've seen the three Seth and Cody matches, and like I don't think that Punk and Cody are going to do better.
No, what about Punk and Seth?
Oh, sorry. Punk versus Seth, you mean?
Yeah, as compared to Punk and Cody.
Well, that has the potential to be that has the potential for people to care more because those two they're better talkers both than Seth. So
Um,
there's also that part of it. But like once the bell rings, I don't know.
what about McIntyre if we put him in there?
McIntyre and Seth, we've
That,
seen them have matches. They're not as
yeah,
good as the Punk and they're not as good as the Punk and McIntyre Hell in a Cell matches. But like the other ones that they've had are better than that fucking disaster with the bracelet at SummerSlam that year.
yeah. No, because I'm thinking like basically if we put Punk and Seth on a board and then we rotate a third guy in and be like, all right, who would like have the better match? Like if I put, all right, John Cena's over here, who do I want to see him wrestle? Like Cody or Seth against Cena? And it's like, and then just literally roll the new person in there. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So we've seen Seth have matches. Obviously, a decade ago with Cena, they were better than the two matches we got out of Cody and Cena because Cody and Cena, while they had a one match, they also had like a match that was
All
probably
the
one of the worst
shortcuts.
matches of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Like it's just Seth's problem is he's stale and he's been wrestling the same guys for a long time, right? Like like you mentioned you mentioned earlier the Seth and sorry the Cody and Brock stuff, right? Like we've been there and done that with Brock and Seth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just been at this one place way too long and like I'll say spinning his wheels, but it's like hell, another person. Kevin Owens and Cody. Kevin Owens and Cody had a great match last year at Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've seen I mean Seth and Kevin Owens was running from like the summer of
2017.
2016 until fucking
2016.
17. I
Yeah.
was over it.
Yeah.
I seen it. I've seen it. It's almost
Yeah.
like it's like a almost like another version being like in WWE wrestler versus Randy Orton. I've already seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've already seen it.
Yeah. Rollins is such a weird one for me, man, because it's like I largely checked out on the guy after 2019, that Hell in a Cell match.
He falling off that shit again. He's gonna fall
Yeah,
off it
he's
again.
falling off. There's no.
In 2027, he's in 2027. They're gonna put him back on there again, and we're gonna be having this conversation again.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's a real tale, right? Becky Lynch never fell off the ballot.
She didn't. She didn't.
So there you go. There you go.
Hell, Trish Stratus hasn't fallen off the fucking ballot since they put her on. There's motherfuckers that will show up every year for Trish Stratus. They have allowed Seth Rollins twice to fall off this motherfucker. Like,
That's absurd to me, but whatever.
look, it is crazy. But how we think FTR is going to do? What's that percentage going to look like? I think they're going to come in the 20s.
20s?
Yeah. Because I don't think people have figured out how to vote on tag teams yet.
I think they'll do better than that. You wanna know why?
Why?
If you are one of the people that are voting with old crusty former wrestlers or whatever else, if you're watching AEW at all, you're always the Cornettes of the world, for example, right? You're going to be like, all the shit they do is silly, but by God, that damn FTR, they're just like the Brainbusters. They're always gonna have that. They're always gonna have that advantage in the voting math of this. Like they're gonna have that advantage where like they're gonna do better than you think.
It could. I could fully see that
And
happening.
don't get me wrong. Like if I were going to do a the One Nation Radio Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, whatever else, they'd be my top 6 votes out of this field.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to spend 6 votes here.
Yeah,
I mean, like think like I'm looking at all right, FTR or Copeland.
That's a tough one.
It's not.
That's a tough one.
It is not.
Cause like, all right, FTR has a probably a way better match catalog, right?
They do.
Edge has probably more quality years, I would say. It's a compiling kind of thing.
It
Um,
is. It's a lot of compiling. It wasn't no. Hey, is this one of the five best tag teams in the world compared to? Is one of the five best pro wrestlers in the world? Copeland was never. No, he was wrestling
yeah,
a lot of those guys that were actually in those conversations. He was wrestling Kurt Angles and Eddie Guerrero's and Rey Mysterio's,
yeah,
and Chris Jericho's.
yeah. I don't know, man. Like so, I don't know. Maybe it's I just need more clarification on the tag team stuff too,
Okay,
and it's
cool.
like because for me, it's not like a like I'm just going to compare FTR to the Young Bucks, right? And then like
Huh?
to the
Oh,
Usos.
there's a clear difference. The Young Bucks are just a tier better than them.
Right. It's like Young Bucks have a case across 3 fucking categories or whatever.
And has a tier and has a case for drawing.
Right.
As a
All the categories. Yeah.
easy. Yeah, they fill all the boxes for that. Like FTR don't.
Right. So and it's just like,
Yeah.
this is like as much of a work rate candidate as Tomohiro Ishii is, and I don't think they
I'm
better
fine with
than
that.
I don't think they better comparatively than Tomohiro Ishii is. So
They're not, but relative to their division, they're the same. They're kind of the same thing.
but they're not divisioned off. Like this is all one.
I know, I know,
So
I
it's
know.
like I think Dave got to figure that out. Like you either gonna put tag teams in their own bracket or you're not. Like just because it's like if it
Well, look
comes
at
down
this.
to a single versus like a tag group, I think that's a really
Yeah,
hard distinction because the
yeah.
tags are never gonna get a chance to really draw like that unless
On
you
top,
run
yeah, definitely.
into outlandish circumstances like the Young Bucks where you fucking
Or
become
beauty pair, or freaking crush gals. Yeah,
yeah
but but I will say this though, right? Like as you mentioned that whole difference. Look at how glut. Look at the glut of historical performers, right?
yeah
Alpha and Sika, Brain Busters, British Bulldogs,
a lot of tag teams.
a lot of tag teams for this exact reason. So either put a tag team division in or move it or something else. Otherwise, these teams are gonna be stuck on historical forever.
Yep. Yeah. Eventually, we're gonna see like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in historical.
Oh, they're definitely gonna end up there. Steiners too.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, the Hardys too.
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed. So I looked at the modern U.S. and I don't see the Dudley Boys. So I'm assuming they're in, right?
No,
No. So you mean they didn't clear the 10%?
I can't recall the Dudley Boys' history on the ballot. Um, but
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me a tag team that's still in line get called as the greatest tag team of all time? Sometimes when some of these promos about Christian and Copeland, you mean to tell me that they've never even gotten fucking 10 been put on the ballot to not get their 10 votes and get put off? Is that what you're telling me, Rich?
JML, where you at? We gonna need this clarified. We are going to need when. What year was the Dudley Boys put on, and what was their percentage? And do we need to get the Dudley Boys back on the ballot just to run an experiment? Do I need to start a fake email campaign where I email Dave Meltzer and ask him to put the Dudley Boys on the ballot for an experiment? Do I need to use my contacts within wrestling media, people with votes, to say, hey, can we ask about the Dudley Boys this year? Let me know. As far as Japan, would you vote for EO?
No.
Interesting.
So the reason why I say no is because like it's just while she is arguably the best in-ring performer in WWE currently, like if she gets how do I say this?
She's had damn near more
She's
years
getting
in
vote
America, right?
sorry.
I'm like, they got her in the Japan section. I know this is I don't know how long. Like, when did she debut? 2012,
Um,
2013.
I want to say like 09 or 10 or some shit like that.
Okay, so she predates Stardom.
Yeah, she arrived before Stardom. She was
Okay.
wrestling before Stardom. Let me look real quick. Well, I can't really look. Cause actually, no, I can. Wiki's not hard to find. Cage match is
Cage
hard to find
match.
people. Holy goodness. Sorry.
So she's got a thing where she's got a great U.S. case. I think that I guess like buffers her Japanese case.
Yeah.
The drawing case would almost be like non-existent, I would say, in Japan.
No, she was the biggest draw in Stardom at a time when like it was. But the problem is like
The
that
scale.
era gets that era gets absolutely no respect.
Yeah. She started in
Like
'07. Cage match says.
okay, there you go. So there you go. She's been wrestling like 18 years or 17 years. So
I think as a worker, she actually has a work candidate.
oh yeah. That's not even. That's the thing. That's the same thing with Mako Satomura.
Yeah.
That's like it's not even a discussion as far as like is she good enough as a worker to get in? Does she have enough any drawing stuff that you actually add her into it? And like the thing for me is like her number whatever it is now. I don't know if she was ever on the ballot before. I can't tell you.
First year, I believe.
First year, okay. So if she was on it before, right? If she was on it like 3 years ago, and number 3 years ago, absolutely would be lower than the number she's going to get this year. Even though she's not having her best wrestling matches anymore, because I don't know, I don't since WWE, I might be able to fit 3 of her matches from WWE from America into like the 20 best Io Shirai matches I've seen personally. Like that's the thing about her, like like the shit that she was doing with like Mako, or the shit she was doing with Kyrie, or the shit she was doing with Mayu, or the shit she was doing the tags with Thunder Rock with Mayu. That's just she was a better worker. She was a better worker then. So, but like it was, no one was watching the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're going on Stardom World or going through YouTube to find that shit, you're not gonna know. So for me it's hard to figure. It's kind of like the historical thing of like guys that end up wrestled in the territories and then they got WWE and they get more notoriety. It's like yeah, but their best stuff is actually like in the territories, not actually
That's
in
interesting.
WWE. Even though she has a killer catalog of WWE matches, but like I'm talking about like the peak stuff. Like she has a lot of a good number of 4-star matches or whatever else. But I'm talking about like the 4.5 or higher stuff. So it's in Japan. It's not here.
Yeah.
Most of it. The vast majority of it. So I don't know what to do with it. I would say no. And I know it's a weaker field. Obviously, it's been cleared out. But it's like, I don't feel comfortable putting her in front of Mako. And I know Mako ain't going to get in ever.
All right, man. I think y'all know where I stand on the historical stuff with Junkyard Dog. Go ahead and run that up. As far as anyone else over there, a lot of these teams on here are like great singles wrestler that's already in, and then like a team he was in the early part of his career, and it's like, is that necessarily Hall of Fame worthy?
Heart Foundation, Toshi Yamada, and Manami Toyota.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes, Dick Murdoch.
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like Ricky Steamboat, Jay Youngblood, same thing.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know. Because it's like,
I don't know what to do with this battle. Like, they're going to have to either. I mean, it just seems to me like this is a year where people are gonna have to come to Jesus moment when it comes to this ballot, where it's like, hey,
like, do you want to vote or not?
Our standards for how we voted for the Observer have been like really, really high, and that's cool. But now we're at a point now where like nobody's gonna get in from America at this rate. Nobody.
It's nasty,
bro. Beside, okay, until Heyman Page if this is what we're looking at, who I don't know who's eligible in the years coming or after or whatever else. I know they normally do the thing of like who's available next year or whatever. I don't know if this came out yet, but it's like, all right, are we gonna have to wait around until Hangman Page shows up?
Hangman, Ospreay, Swerve.
Right.
Look, those are gonna be the next 3 guys that are like coming from that. I don't know. They might put where they might put Ospreay. They might fuck around.
Put him in Japan.
Yeah.
Or Europe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. That's gonna be a weird one.
I don't know what to do.
It's gonna be tough with this next generation of guys. Like it just really is because like AEW is gonna break. AEW is gonna break a lot of brains.
If we're gonna keep the standard to where it's always been, then like quite frankly, I mean, I've said this for you for years, Rich. Like if this is what it's gonna be, then like we're almost gonna never have anybody that worked in WWE get in because the drawing factor is such a thing. You can't tell who drew a damn thing anymore because the whole thing is they've treated like the NFL. Like it's not about the stars, it's about the league, the sport. So like you can't figure out who's what. So now that Japan's been cleared out, I know nothing about Mexico. Europe looks weak. Are we just never putting people in the ballot? Are we going to turn it into baseball? Yeah. We're going to have like 2 people in a Hall of Fame class. Because if you do that, then I gotta say it's kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah, and it's like I'm already feeling it. The guys, everybody that I wanted to go in kind of from this era has already kind of gone in. Like fucking, I was fighting the Ishii battles for years. Went in.
I feel like we already got our answers when they put in Ishii and they put in
Shingo.
In Naito and Shingo. Yeah. When they start putting in like, you know, like we already got an answer like this is the end. We're getting everybody in because who else we gonna vote for? And now it's like it feels like nobody else.
It seems like the cycle is about to like restart again. Essentially, it's like we need Shima even got in. Shima even got in.
Yeah, there you go.
So like now it's just gonna be like, all right, we're gonna have to wait like until, you know, as we mentioned, Hangman starts going on and fucking, you know, Will and Swerve and fucking, I can't even think of anybody in WWE. Like all them niggas already been on the ballot or like have fallen off
because they all
or they
40.
old. Yeah, like we waiting for LA Knight to go on the ballot. Like, come on, man.
Fuck you. That's mean. Oh,
Damian Priest, we waiting for him to go on the ballot.
Wait for Dom.
Yes. We gotta wait for Dom to go on the ballot, James. We gotta wait for Braun Breaker to go on the ballot.
Gotta wait for Dom and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley's actually gonna end up on the ballot eventually. And Bianca Belair, but like Dom's a joke.
Yeah. That's funny as
stuff,
shit.
Man.
That's funny as shit.
At what point is Toni Storm been up on this list?
Oh, she's gonna go on a ballot for sure, but it's
I know, and the reason why I'm saying it in that way and saying that way because like, you know, hopefully Niagara Driver heard that and he drove him up a fucking wall.
He not a Toni Storm fan?
He hates the character.
Oh, okay.
He's like, it's too silly for him. I'm like, we watch Joshi. what are you talking about?
I fought with Niagara though. Niagara sees some shit and he sticks to his guns on it. Like,
it's true. He's
like,
very consistent.
Fuck this, like whatever it is, fuck it, fuck all of it.
It's consistent. Yes. He don't ever switch up. He stay like, look, don't switch up now. Stay on that side. Yeah. He pick a lane and he stay there. He don't ever get out.
AEW, fuck that shit. I ain't trying to see a single outsider in this promotion ever.
I don't want to see what benefit does Stardom get from this AEW shit? Get it out of here.
It's out of here.
Get him out. No, I don't want to see Tony
round him up. Right?
I don't want to see Athena and Stardom. Get him out.
Round him up.
They ain't helping draw a damn thing.
I love it.
Man.
I love it.
It's just but yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, if we can continue to vote like this
is where it's headed.
It's gonna be a barren wasteland every year. It's gonna be, you're gonna look at that vote, you're gonna look at that ballot every year and be depressed.
Like, well, it's time for the vote.
It's time for me. It's time for me to send that ballot in and vote for nobody because I'm an asshole.
Look,
there's nothing that bothers me more when I see like the,
maybe I don't
Hall
even
of
need a
Fame.
ballot, James.
What I'm saying, you stupid. But what I'm saying is like nothing bothers me more than when like people like get the whole idea of like or to get the ballot or whatever else. And this is also in sports too, like Pro Football Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame, all that. When they do the whole thing of like, all right, we got the ballot, we can vote for X number of people, and then they don't vote the full number. I hate those people. I hate those people. What are you doing? Like, yeah, you know,
Being
I'm refraining.
reserved.
I can vote for 6. I'm only voting 5. It's like, all right, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I think John Moxley should get some more credit. 2-time wrestler of the
we'll
year,
see.
but that look, if people hold this shit against him, I get it because we fucking tore him up. We tore him
Oh,
up on this show. So like,
oh yeah, he deserved it.
yeah,
Because it's like, hey, what you were doing at first is not the same thing as what you were doing. What you've been doing like the past 4 months,
yeah.
5 months,
Look, go through another 12 months, acting like this,
right?
and we'll ride for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no